Okay, we're going to start off with an introduction to essential oils for those who are not familiar with essential oils. There's going to be, yeah, I'm recording. So welcome everybody out. So I'm going to go through an introduction to essential oils. Jade's then going to go through Cedarwood Essential Oil. That's our spotlight essential oil for tonight. And then for the second hour, we're going to talk about connected and focused kids, helping kids stay focused and centered. So essential oils, let's go ahead and jump right into what our objective for this is. We're talk about what essential oils are. Okay, if you guys want to say anything, you can go ahead and unmute yourself. I'm just going to mute everybody so we have, there's not a lot of feedback there. Okay, so what essential oils are, why it's important to have pure and certified essential oils, how essential oils help us, essentially. I was saying essential oils. How do we use essential oils, and how do we get essential oils? So I'm going to, if you have the introductory handout, you can follow that along. Oh, I'm going too fast. Go back. So essential oils, excuse me, I'm sorry. So essential oils are basically natural occurring therapeutic plant-produced aromatic compounds. These are compounds that are found in plants and we can harvest those, extract them through the plant, either through steam distillation or cold press, and then we find that those aromatic oils have therapeutic benefits for us as human beings. So this is a lavender leaf from a lavender plant. You can see the white sacs on there. That's where the essential oils are contained. Essential oils can be contained anywhere on a plant. They could be in the leaves, roots, stems, petals, flowers, any like bark, wood, anywhere on the plant. And so we basically just go in there and extract them through different methods, and then they become our friends. So this is a peppermint plant. So there's the peppermint plant itself. It's harvested, then it's through steam distillation process. We get it in these little brown bottles. Brown, the reason they're brown is just to stop the sunlight from getting through, because a lot of the essential oils are actually photosensitive, which means they break down in sunlight. So the brown helps to reduce that. The essential oils have therapeutic benefits for us. For instance, the peppermint essential oil promotes digestive health, helps reduce bloating, gas, occasional indigestion, promotes respiratory health, helps you breathe freer, and maybe not so therapeutic, but also very helpful. It repels bugs. Essential oils are also very highly concentrated. 1 drop of peppermint essential oil, for instance, is equal to 28 cups of peppermint tea. So you can either go to the bathroom a lot after drinking lots of tea, or just, put a little bit of essential oil into your water. So and usually it only takes 1 or 2 drops of essential oil to take care of the job. It's important that your the essential oils that we're talking about today and that we talk about in all these classes are certified pure therapeutic grade. They're different from a lot of the essential oils that are out there on the market. Most of the essential oils you find out there are synthetic, means they're made in a laboratory, a lot cheaper than actually growing them on a plant. There is a certain amount of essential oils that are food grade that also will not have that therapeutic value, but it maybe is produced for taste. There's a thin amount of the market that are essential oils produced for therapeutic benefit, but this part of the market is unregulated, and you don't know how much therapeutic benefit, and you don't know how pure it is, whether it's going to cause any benefit or anything. So where we're talking about tonight is certified pure therapeutic grade. It's pure because it doesn't have any contaminants, additives, solvents, or pesticides or anything. It's potent or therapeutic because it's sourced from different places in the world where they grow the essential oil for its highest therapeutic value. For instance, you can grow lavender in a lot of places, but lavender grown in France or Bulgaria just tends to have a higher therapeutic value. So you want to be careful with that. We take essential oils for that therapeutic value. So that's the benefit there. Now, the wonderful thing about the doTERRA essential oils is that they are produced responsibly. Because they have to source essential oils from all over the world for their therapeutic value. They're going into countries that are very poor and communities that are joining together. doTERRA goes in there and builds up part of the community, some infrastructure, provides education or whatever, and these good people help produce our essential oils that we grow to love and sleep with at night, because they help us sleep, right? Okay, so essential oils are great, but how can they help us? Because essential oils are very small molecular particles, they're very different from other things we take for therapeutic benefits, like drugs, for instance. They're small, they can go through the membrane of our cells, through our blood-brain barrier. They're natural, so our bodies recognize them, and our bodies know what to do with them, and they deal with them in a very good benefit. And hence, they provide a very wide range of therapeutic benefits without the side effects that you may experience through other sort of solutions, health solutions. But that doesn't mean that you can go out there and eat 100 Twinkies and feel good about it, taking a bit to digest. And you have to live a well-rounded life. So this wellness pyramid kind of gives us a good idea of the philosophy that we should have. We should be eating right, exercising, and our essential oils can help us in all these ways, in the exercising and the eating right, resting, managing our stress, reducing our toxic load. For instance, instead of using hydrochloric acid to clean our countertops, we could use On Guard essential oil, which will reduce the amount of toxins that we're going to get in our environment. Informed self-care, so we're taking care of ourselves just by being informed and educated about how to use natural solutions, and being proactive in our medical care. We're not just taking our doctor's word for it, but we're seeking advice from competent people who also know about essential oils and other natural solutions. So they're great, they're good for us. So how do we use them? Well, there's 3 ways that we can get them into our body. Not with a syringe. We can breathe them in, and that goes through our lungs. We can take them internally into our digestive tract. We can put them on our skin, and they're absorbed into our body. So I'm going to talk about each one of these in turn. Stop me if I'm going too fast. Aromatically, you're breathing it in. You could do that by just opening a bottle or cupping your hands over your mouth, or diffusing it into the air in the environment that you're working or living. You can wear a diffuser necklace or any other way that you can get it into the air that you breathe, and then it goes into your lungs. From your lungs, it goes into the alveoli and then into our bloodstream. It's also entering our olfactory senses, which is really good for helping, this type of application anyways, is good for helping improve our mood, our memory, our emotions, opening our airways, those sorts of things. So if you're looking to use an essential oil to create a benefit in any of those areas, applying the essential oil aromatically is the best way to go about it. The second way is internally. So internally just means you're eating it, you're drinking it. So you're putting it in your water, or you're putting it in a pill and swallowing it, or hiding it in your lasagna. So the benefits of taking essential oils internally are they're going to produce a therapeutic benefit in your digestive system. Maybe if you have something in your mouth or throat or your organs, that will get the essential oil closer to where you need that therapeutic benefit. And it's important to also understand that the way that this enters your body is different than the way that breathing essential oils enters your body. So it'll go through a different track and may have a slightly different benefit. So these are things you can play around with to get that benefit where you need it. For instance, if you wanted to maybe if you did have some bad indigestion or something, taking it internally would make sense, because that's going to get that essential oil to the place that you need it. So we are kind of like amphibians where we absorb nutrients through our skin. It's a little known fact that frogs absorb a lot of their food or nutrition through their skin. We absorb a lot of things on our skin. That's why your school teacher tells you not to write on with ink on your hand or whatever, which, is okay. I don't know. So applying essential oils topically is going to help provide an immediate effect. So it's going to get it right to where you hurt. Systemic means it will also, if it goes through your skin and into your bloodstream, it's going to have that effect throughout your whole body. You can apply it directly on the skin. It'll be absorbed. Now, some essential oils are hot, so you need to be careful with the amount of essential oil that you apply and diluting it as well. So neat means that you don't need any dilution. Sensitive means you dilute for younger sensitive skin. And dilute means it's a hot oil, so you want to dilute it when you use it. One tip that we give people is on the bottom of your feet is a really good place to apply your essential oils. And there's different points, reflex points on your foot that correspond to different parts in your body. Other good places to put your essential oils across your forehead, on your temples, on the back of your neck, the base of your skull. So those are the 3 ways that we can apply essential oils. And if you're watching this video and you don't yet have a doTERRA account, the best way to buy your essential oils is to set up a wholesale account. Anybody who has introduced this video to you can help you set up a wholesale account for you. And that's pretty much my presentation for Introduction to Essential Oils. If anybody has questions on those or has a comment, something they want to say, you can unmute yourself and say something.
You can unmute everyone now.
I'll just unmute everybody. We'll mute Debbie.
She's talking. Oh, she wants okay. She wants to be muted. All right.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Now she's talking.
Alrighty, guys, we're going to get right into cedarwood now.
Okay.
Right? So you know about the basics of essential oils. You know how to use it. So now we're going to apply cedarwood. So who here has had a cedarwood experience? Who here is new to cedarwood? Yep.
I know I like cedarwood because it smells it's a good cologne, and it's also good for keeping bugs away. So.
Yeah. Okay. So do you have your cedarwood oil there with you? So we just,
everybody's gone to get their cedarwood essential oil.
Alrighty. Okay. So have a smell of cedarwood and tell us what you think of it.
It reminds me of the hamster wood chips that you put.
Mothballs, cedar chests.
Mm-hmm.
Do they sell those cedar chests anymore?
Yeah, you can buy entire closets lined with cedar.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fantastic. Well, I'm very excited about this oil. There's a lot of research that they've done a lot of research with cedarwood oil, and it's a wood oil. It's a wood oil. So right away, what do you know about wood oils or tree oils?
They kill insects.
Yep.
Calming.
Yeah, I've been using it a little bit at night for sleeping, just to grounding, like, yeah.
Yep, they're grounding. That's it. They're ground. They hold on to the ground. So that's the idea that I want to tell people. If you are looking at a tree oil, just think to yourself grounding, okay? Because that's what it helps you do. So they've had lots and lots of research on this about the oil's ability to repel bugs. So many, just research after research of different types of bugs. I read about how it is powerful against the cattle ticks and mosquitoes. So very good. So cedarwood is one of the oils in our repellent blend. We call it Terra Shield or Terra Armor. I think that's what
Terra Armor in Australia.
Yeah. But you can also make your own. We've made our own before. And so if you want to make it stronger, you want to add arbor vitae, melaleuca, and fractionated coconut oil with that. Okay. If you want to do a hair lice spray, so add cedarwood, arbor vitae, melaleuca in water and spray it on the hair.
So we lived in the outback in Australia. Like, you know, there were a lot of farms and everything, and they'd had more lice than in other areas. And so we had to put together lots of concoctions.
Yeah.
Because our girls have a lot of hair.
Yeah, and so we had to kind of really take care of that. Every single day we spray their hair before they go to school, and we have to braid their hair so that it doesn't catch lice. So Debbie Westwood says that cedarwood smells like wet dirt after rain. So she said it's grounding and it's balancing. Okay. And she layers it every night with her lavender to help her sleep. Right? That's perfect. The other thing too is, you know, it's very powerful with just ordinary bugs around the home. So I would spray around the edges of the windows after it rains. And, you know, I'm bugophobia. I don't like bugs very much. So
little tiny ants frighten Jade.
They don't frighten me. They just give me the creepies. So, yeah, I use it on my skin when I go out and go into the wild. Yeah. Okay, so the other thing too, I mean, it helps with the big bugs, but it helps with microscopic bugs too. So it's great for skin. It's one of those oils that is very, very thick. So you have to dilute it with your fractionated coconut oil. And then you can massage it on your face and all your problem areas. The good thing about cedarwood is it's moisturizing. So sometimes some of the oils, because they're very thin and you put it on your skin, it's drying in that area. But cedarwood is very moisturizing, so it's different in that way. Yeah, so who here has used it for skin, for acne-prone skin?
I've used it in a clay mask before, and I can just feel like the moisture from it, and it definitely like cleans up my pores.
Okay, you made a clay mask?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'd like to see the recipe for that. That would be good. Yeah, awesome. I like using the cedarwood oil for itchy, scaly skin and any sort of skin concerns too. So if you think about it, it moisturizes and it kills bugs. So usually, sometimes when people have some skin condition, it's usually from some environmental threat, and you know, this here helps cleanse it, and you know, it moisturizes it and it helps the tissues come together. So that's amazing. In the Bible, actually, the cedarwood oil is referred to in Leviticus. The Leviticus 13 and 14, and it talks about cleansing, helping with the cleansing of the lepers. So the lepers have lots of skin problems, but it's throughout their body. So it's not just on the surface. And that's what Cedarwood does. Cedarwood goes right in. It does its work inside and it does its work on the outside. It's powerful. Alrighty. Yeah. The other thing for skin that it does is helps with pigmentation. Did you guys know about that? Yeah. So
in the Bible, it's called oil of the log.
Oh yeah, that's right. In the Bible, it says it's called oil of log, so it's referenced that way. Yeah. So use it on certain areas where you have some pigmentation concerns, and I would use it about at least twice a day, morning and night, just to have some results. All right. Any questions or concerns or comments so far?
Did you say,
Welcome, Debbie.
like, for the brown spots that you get and that, those?
Yeah. So that's what I read.
On that?
That's what I read. Research on some skin pigmentation, and they use cedarwood on it.
Oh, I'll try it.
Yeah, but I think it's sort of like a cousin to sandalwood. Those are very good oils for the skin. Yeah, it just helps the skin do its job properly. So if it's doing something that it's not meant to do, like drying up and changing colour, it helps it go back to how it should be. Alrighty, so emotionally, this is the oil of community. Okay, so are you familiar with that? Is everybody here familiar with the oil of community?
So that's the emotional.
That's the emotion side of it. So kids that have a difficult time with social skills. Some of them, we have all sorts of labels, but they're just disconnected. There's things, the left and the right brain, and just the information from one side is not passing through and going on to the other side. And so we help children with this. I would have them smell it. If you can massage their feet with it in the morning, especially the big toes, that will really help them be more comfortable and feeling safe to make friends and to make connections. Now, this is good for adults too, not just children. We have a lot of adult, and it seems like there's more male than female, because female like to come together and be friends. But if the guys need to make friends and to bond more, this is a good oil for them too. Any questions or comments on that?
I have just had a lady about 2 weeks ago. I recommended the cedar oil. She felt that she was just having issues with people, particularly people in her family. So would that be right? I recommended maybe the cedarwood to have that sense of community and connecting with people. Would that be right?
Yeah, that's very good. It's important that we connect. Some people think that they can be okay on their own, but when that happens, the inside of you and your skin is disconnecting as well. It's funny, but we live in this world where we are interdependent on each other, and any time that we separate ourselves, we physically will see that manifestation as well in our health. So you can imagine, like, your skin, that's separating. It's not coming together. The tissues are not healing and knitted together. Inside your gut, same thing. When we feel separated, distance, we feel alone, and we have anxiety and all sorts of those emotions. That's from being separated. So cedarwood is a great oil for that. I would use it, almost all the time, day and night. Luckily, it's in our what is it?
Serenity.
Restful? Yeah, the Serenity, the Restful blend. It's in that now.
Yeah, they're now including.
Yeah, so that's the new
Vetiver
formula.
and Serenity.
Yeah.
And whole wood.
Yeah, so we had this in our serenity before they even put it in, and we were so happy that they did, because it's a really important oil to have. So I wrote here that it's especially great for disconnected kids that are lacking some social skills. Alrighty. So it helps with inflammatory support. So I would add cypress, rosemary, bergamot, and mix it with that, and then rub it on certain areas of your body. So there's different blends out there for different inflammatory concerns. You have your deep blue, you have your aroma touch, and there's some people that would come up to me and say, look, those oils don't even work for me. And so I say to them, maybe because those pain pathways are different for you, and you might just need a different blend. So this is another way to introduce this oil for them to try, because you never know. One might work for them and the other might not. But I say the most common blends will be the aroma touch and deep blue together. But if I've had a lady that didn't work for her knees, and I use cypress and white fir and something else, and she swears by those 3 oils all the time, and it's kind of funny, but that's just her pain pathway, okay, for the whatever emotion it is that she's experiencing underneath all that physical concern. Yeah. All right. Because it's so powerful against environmental threats, you can use this as an immune booster. So I know that people use a lot of On Guard, which is fantastic. We can use it all the time. Our kids have been so well that we haven't taken our kids to the doctors in 6 years. Can you believe that? That's a long time. They've been sick, but it's very mild if they ever get sick. And of
course, they don't break their bones or eat bugs or anything.
No.
So that's good.
Yeah, that's good. But yeah, if they have anything, we jump on top of it, and they get better within a very short time.
Our friend said, 90% of the wellness concerns can be taken care of without just essential oils.
Things,
common things, natural solutions.
Yeah, so there's common health concerns. We can take care of it in our home. So it's been fantastic. So as an immune booster, you can actually do Epsom salt baths, the cedarwood in lotions and creams. So then you have it on yourself all the time. I think that, with children, I would put that in a lotion for them, especially the kids that have a hard time socializing. I know a few friends of mine, they've told me their kids, they just don't want to take risk and make friends and go in there and join the crowd. So I would just make a lotion for them and rub it on after they bathe and or on their feet before they go off to school. But not only does it help them socialize, but it also helps boost their immunity.
Not just for kids, maybe for anybody.
Yeah.
It's good in like I said, a cologne. There's a few cologne recipes that we have that have cedarwood in it. It's a very musky oil that smells good.
Yeah, I would spray it. I want to get down to the bottom, number 10 first. You can put the cedarwood in the cotton ball and place it in your closet. But if you have clothes that you're going to be putting away for the winter or for the summer, you can spray it with the cedarwood oil before you put it away. So that will protect your clothes. Yeah. Anyone with any comments or anything so far? I don't want to go too fast this week. Okay. All right. So one of the most powerful things that cedarwood can do is to help with sleep. Okay. So I think Debbie Westcott said that she uses it, layering it on with lavender and then cedarwood. That helps with sleep too. Has anybody had any experience with this for sleep?
So I think everybody.
I have indeed.
There we are. Oh, wait.
Lots of support from sleep. or from the lack thereof. Cedarwood's been very, very good to me. But my husband doesn't like the aroma, so he's very pleased that they added it to the Serenity, and he really likes this new Serenity blend. I could go with just the Cedarwood, and I would sleep until my alarm went off. So it was magnificent.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. So how do you use it, Debbie?
For sleep, I would use it on my feet, my wrists, and behind my ears. That's typically where I applied it. I really like the smell of cedarwood. I like the smell of all the earthy oils. And so cedarwood's one of my very favorites. But I did not know that I knew it was very good for skin, but when Roseanne asked about the aging
Brown spots.
I did not know it was good for that. So that's good to know. And yeah. I'm glad to know that it's the oil of community. You've given some really, really, really nice tips here.
Oh, thank you. Because I've seen so many changes in children, because that's one of my focus. I really am passionate about little children, especially the little people that have some disconnection concerns. My heart goes out to them. So I just think, and I've met so many women that have those kids, and this has been amazing. I mean, they talk, so I'm going to jump the gun a little bit, but I've had this one experience where this boy, after about 4 hours of the different oils that we used, I'll talk about it in the next class, but 4 hours, he was sitting still. Of course he was sitting still after about half an hour, but then they went out and they sat in a restaurant, and they never did that before, because they didn't think that he could, but he was already calm, so they thought they'll give it a go. And he sat down and he started reading. And his mum said that he's 8, and his teacher said that he can only read 10 words. And he was reading the menu. Some of the words in the menu they never knew he could read. So the mom and the sister just texted me, big long text, just crying and just saying, this is amazing. This kid is communicating with us and reading. And so I thought, oh, gotta share this with everyone. How easy is that? And it touches your heart, because you're thinking, so safe, so easy, so powerful. Why not get the word out there, right? So that's amazing. I feel like the reason why cedarwood is so powerful is because it's like, the frankincense, like sandalwood, has a pretty good dose of sesquiterpenes, and that goes through the blood-brain barrier into the cells, and it's very calming. And so that's why it's amazing for sleep. The very first year that it was introduced to doTERRA, I remember all the guys saying, this is my favorite, this is my favorite already.
Yeah, I think it has an aroma that appeals to guys.
Yeah. And, when we go back to the aroma, what happens, what do you think is the reason for people not liking this, not liking the aroma? Yeah.
Maybe they're not emotionally ready to tackle that issue, like the community thing and connecting with others.
Yep, exactly. They're so used to working solo.
Mm.
Yep. And it's very difficult to, give and take and do the dance together. So,
do you like that?
Yeah. So those are the people that, if they really want to make a change, the oil will improve and they'll enjoy it more. But if it stinks to them, it's, a kind of a difficult thing to tackle right now. So they may or may not want to go there yet. Does that make sense? So when you're sharing oils with people, if they say, oh, no, I don't like that one, then just let it go. But if you explain to them that you're safe to create relationships and strengthen relationships and connect, not only connecting, but it's working together. So, marjoram is an oil of connecting, but cedarwood takes it a step further by working together. Okay, that's interesting, because we have to kind of learn to work well together. Okay, so I don't know, that's probably why I like this oil, so that I'm learning to work with people. Ben and I, we work in this business together. I have to give and take and take and give. So anyways, the other thing that's really good is this hair and scalp. So you can mix it with rosemary, lavender, and there's a research that I read that it helps with hair growth. And that's really interesting. But for us, a lot of people have stress, and so you have a lot of skin concerns. I'm not going to name the labels of the diseases, but lots of skin concerns. It's itchy, and you know your scalp is dry. So again, cedarwood is amazing, not just for the skin on the head, but for the hair. Okay, it's really interesting. So people that need help with their hair growth, that's going to be a wonderful tonic for the head. So Ben doesn't use any gels. He likes to mix it with a lotion.
Just lotions.
Yes, lotion and oils, his favorite oils.
Rosemary's, I think, are a really
Yeah.
good one for the hair.
Yeah.
And lavender just for the scalp, but adding cedarwood to that would be more beneficial for the scalp.
Yep. And of course, the
Because
next.
if you use gel or stuff, you don't really know what's in there, and it's just
No.
and you don't really need that.
Yeah, and sometimes it's.
I look great anyway.
Sometimes it's great because you're not.
Just kidding, my hair's growing back.
When you stress, sometimes your scalp dries up because and itches because you're stressed, not necessarily because of anything else. And so this kind of helps with that same problem too. So the number 9, which is the last thing we talk about, is just calming. It's very calming. So of course, if we can feel calm, we'll be able to sleep better. We'll be able to be more chillaxed and grounded, basically. So it's a very easy to use oil. Yeah, I think there's no really big warning that I need to give with cedarwood, because it's very well-rounded oil. It's not hot on the skin. It's very mild, and the aroma is very subtle. I feel it's subtle and pleasant.
Is cedarwood one of the oils in the grounding blood balance?
No. You can add it to balance. That would be another oil that we could use if people really need to balance, if they're really in their head a lot.
For grounding.
Yeah.
So, because sometimes people, they may not have a certain oil, like they may not have balance or something. So knowing this,
yeah, and sometimes just knowing why you're not grounded, if you feel disconnected from the world and people are not working with you well, this might be a good oil to wear so that you're able to work with people. Yeah. Any comments or questions?
So, or anybody have anything, applications that they think they might want to?
Yeah, that's good. I have these things, what do you call it, the handouts on jadebolton.com, and I have some research cited on the bottom as well. So every week we have one of these sheets, and you can start collecting them, and yeah, we'll put them in a little ebook one day. Yeah.
So that'd be jadebolton.com, Cedarwood.
Yeah. So thank you everyone for coming. So we'll start with our next class on the hour.
So yes, why don't we end our recording here, unless anybody has any other comments they want to say about cedarwood? Exciting? Okay. All right. Good. Any questions or anything? All right, we're going to go ahead and put the recording done now. That recording will also be on that website, and we'll post it on Facebook as well. So thank you, everybody, for participating in that. I'm going to go ahead and stop.